Good morning. How are you doing? We uh, we still live in ridiculously crazy times. I know that it's different in different parts of the world, and I know that things are considerably worse than the UK in some places and possibly better, and it depends on your individual circumstances. How are you doing? Let me just move this camera. That's a bit better. Today I just wanted to say a few things about buying yourself some breathing space. So for me, my small business, which is fashion jewellery and upcycle home decor, has been struggling, and that's no surprise. I sell wants, not needs, and as people's budgets have tightened and as things have got tougher and as people have prioritised different things, there are still people prioritising summer holidays over getting rid of credit card debt and things like that. So I appreciate that some people's ideas of prioritising are different to mine. And it may be that you want that week in the sun rather than buying a new dress. I'm not going to complain about that. I don't blame you. But it does mean that sales have become really tight. It's been trickling along all year, and then this month is dead. This is August. No sales, nothing. And I can't force people to buy things. It's a nice idea that I can convince people, but I'm not even sure that that's ethically correct. I'm not that type of business. I'm not like your supermarket or your discount chain who will do anything to keep you spending, no matter how much that impacts your life. To them, the bottom line is profit margins, and they will get you in that store. And I've noticed some of the tactics they're using at the moment to get people to buy more whilst thinking they're saving money. So the lure of more loyalty points on your account if you come in and spend. And I know that my local supermarket has just done this. I don't spend very much there. I mostly buy yellow sticker items, and they've just offered me an extra bonus if I go in and buy something. I think it's like 750 points. But loyalty points aren't worth much. I think a nectar point is worth a penny or something. So if you look at how many points you get for whatever you're spending to get those points, you probably wasted your money. But doesn't matter because the supermarket made the money out of you. So you have to be really careful, and there's a lot of cheeky tactics going around at the moment to increase shopper spend whilst convincing shoppers or making shoppers feel like they're getting a deal when they're not. You either need to buy something or you don't. And if it's something you would normally buy, it's a deal. If it's something that you're buying extra, it's not a deal because you wouldn't have bought it in the first place. Anyway, I digress a little bit. So I'm not one of those people that forces people to buy things or tries to force people to buy things purely for my profit margin. Now, I am a very small business. I am a micro business. I am one person working in a spare bedroom. And I never anticipated that my business was going to support me financially. It's for, 20 years before I turned it into a business, it was a hobby. And I do it mostly because I enjoy it, not because I know it's going to make me money. Because it isn't. You think how many craft businesses that there are out there. You think how many craft businesses there are selling online. It's impossible that we would all make a living out of what we do. So I use the phrase, don't put all your eggs in one basket. So I get lots of small amounts of income from lots of different places. I have side hustles, passive income, and it all comes together into the pot. And because my sales have completely dropped off the radar, I have decided to get some work in a completely different area that is flexible and allows me to focus on all my other side hustles, which I still need, and allows me to continue trying to promote my business with the marketing, with the online, with the YouTube, etc., etc. Because I still want to do those things. There's no point in me just disappearing off the internet because I'm not making any sales. Slowly catch the worm, so they say. And if you've just got to keep on, because eventually things will change as they have done in the past. So I've taken on some work through an agency. It's sporadic. It has the potential to pay me. Actually, when I add it to everything else I'm already doing, it has the potential to create a very living wage for me, and it will pay all my bills if I stick with it. Even at the moment, with the small amount of work I'm getting, it's still paying more than the business does, and it gets me out and it gets me into a different routine, and it's helped me to refocus, and it's better than sitting there looking at the analytics and the stats on the internet and thinking, oh my god, I'm not making any money at my business, what am I supposed to do? Because it's like banging your head against a brick wall. You can't always change things. So what I wanted to say today is really buy yourself some breathing space. If your business isn't going the way that you want it to, and of course I realise a lot of businesses can't do this. I'm lucky I don't have any overheads apart from my Shopify store. I don't pay rent, I don't pay staff. That £25 a month that I spend on Shopify is my only consistent expense for my business. Unless, of course, I sell something, in which case there's e-commerce fees. But at the moment, I'm not selling anything, therefore, it's not costing me anything to run apart from the website. So for me, diverting into other work isn't a problem. If you're a small business like me, a micro business who's working from home, and you're scaling back, riding the storm, waiting for things to change. Again, as has happened before, you can not mothball your business, you can still work on it, you can still do things, but take a step back and let it sit and find something else to do. Find something else that will bring you a little bit of money, bring you a little bit of positivity to your day, give you back some control. I know it's not easy for everybody, I know that isn't a solution for everybody, but I just wanted to say how important it is that you maybe diversify a bit to help you keep your head straight. It's really hard to just keep your head above water at the moment. And I have found that by going out and getting this extra work, which is non-contract, it's not very committal, it still leaves me lots of free time to do the other things that I do, so I still feel like it hasn't drastically changed my life. I haven't gone back to full-time work, and that still gives me the work-life balance that I like and I need to keep me happy. So if you can do that, do it. It's not a failure to say, I'm putting this aside and I'm going to do something else. It doesn't matter how menial or skilled or unskilled or dull to some people it may be. If it's helping you to just stay level-headed and get some control back, then do it. That's really important right now. You don't have to be loyal to your business in that sense. And if you can't scale up, if you don't make sales, then go and find some work elsewhere for the short term until things change. We could be in this for the long haul. I think that Christmas might pick up a little bit. I might be able to sell a few things for gifting. But I think that we will be in this situation well into next year. So I can't just sit there looking at the stats, looking at the analytics and thinking, oh my god, I'm just not going to make any money, because I need to find the money somewhere else. So that's all I wanted to say today, really, is just buy yourself some breathing space, take back a little bit of that control, and if it just provides a little bit of balance in your life again, do it. It doesn't matter. you know, when things change again and business starts to pick up, you can drop the other work or scale it back and come back to the business. In some ways, working like this will help to preserve your business, because if you can put it to rest for a little bit, scale it back a little bit and let it just tick over, at least it will still exist. Like I say, mine's a very small business. It doesn't cost me anything to run apart from the website. So it doesn't make any difference to me in that respect how much money I make. So just think about whether or not you can do that. Don't sit there worrying about something that you can't change. Go to where you can change something. I've started, last couple of months ago, I started selling some stuff on eBay. I put on a few of the items that were on my Etsy store that weren't shifting. And I started to have a bit of a clear out of my own wardrobe, because I had lots of clothes that I'm not wearing, and I've sold some there. And then that went quiet. I sold everything that was going to sell there, and I've now moved over to selling the surplus on Vinted. I've never used Vinted before, but in the first week and a half I sold 4 things that I hadn't been able to shift on eBay. So and it works in a different way, and it's not costing me any money. The money that I make is the money I get to keep. So I feel that that's a positive thing. So I don't have an awful lot to sell there, but a little bit of money is a little bit of money. And it's keeping me occupied. It's keeping me feeling like I'm doing something constructive, even if it is on a very small level. And it just adds another tiny little side hustle to everything else I do. And it's giving me some space back, because I have quite a few things that I could sell there. This rail behind me here, this point back that way, is all stuff that I've got on Vinted at the moment. And we'll see how we get on. But it's fun to try something new. I found a new outlet I didn't know I had, so maybe I could put a few more things on there. Think about how I could work this better in the future. That's what I'm doing, because I have to keep my sanity throughout this ridiculously crazy time that we have absolutely no control over from a wider economy point of view. But you need to try and stay in control of your little world as best you can. So I hope that's been a little bit of inspiration for anyone who's feeling like they're floundering. Look at those other possibilities. The other work that I did was an agency, so it's very piecemeal, but it has the possibility of becoming more if I want it to, but I'm in control of that. I don't have to take on loads of work. I can choose how much effort I put into it. And that could be agency secretarial work. I've done that in the past and did well out of that. You can join cleaning agencies, dog walking, house sitting, all little things that just add a different element to your day. So have a look at it, give it a go, see how it might just add a little something to your week and just help you stay on an even keel. I hope that's been helpful for some of you out there. It's really tough right now, and I don't know where it goes from here. I really don't. We're coming to the end of summer, and the nights are going to draw in. It's going to get colder, and it's going to get a lot more miserable, I think. So work on that now, so that you have things to keep you focused and keep you buoyant. Do it. Thank you for watching. I hope it's been useful. Like and subscribe. It's free, doesn't cost you anything, and it just means you get the notifications in your YouTube feed when I put up a new video. I do a lot of shorts because a lot of it is product focused, but I like to put these extra bits in because this is business life. My channel isn't just a product channel. It's about me being an actual real small business, just trying to stay alive. So I hope this has been helpful. Drop your comments into the comments box, because I'm really interested to hear what's going on out there. I love chatting to people about their experiences and what they're dealing with, and getting new ideas as well. So hope that's been helpful. I've got my first cup of tea of the day. Lovely. And I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.